Brahmachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Nitai Gora Haribol Haribol Nitai Gora Haribol Nitai Gora Haribol Jaya Rukmini Dwarkadish Jaya Rukmini Dwarkadish Jaya Rukmini Dwarkadish Jaya Rukmini Dwarkadish Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Prabhupada Śrīla Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Śrīla Nitai Gora Haribol Nitai Gora Haribol Nitai Haribol Nitai Gora Haribol Nitai Gora Haribol Gaur Premanande Hari Haribol Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Granth Haraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Ki Jai ISKCON Los Angeles Yatra Ki Jai Shri the Divine Lordship Shri Gauranitai Shri Rukmini Dwarkadish Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maya Ki Jai His Divine Loving Grace Apache and the Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to Bhagavatam class today. Thank you for joining. So we continue reading Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 33, and I believe text 15, right? Okay. So we start with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayed Nashta Praesha Bhadrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So I'll read Sanskrit translation prepared by His Divine Grace Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Prajā-pateḥ kardamasya tapo-yoga-vijṛmbhitam sva-gārhasthyam anaupamyaṁ prārthyam vaimānikair api prajā-pateḥ kardamasya tapo-yoga-vijṛmbhitam sva-gārhasthyam anaupamyaṁ prārthyam vaimānikair api. Please, anyone likes to? Prajā-pateḥ kardamasya. Prajā-pateḥ kardamasya. Prajā-pateḥ kardamasya. Anyone else? Mataji maybe? Prajā-pateḥ kardamasya. Translation by Śrīla Prabhupada. The home and household paraphernalia of Kardama, who was one of the Prajāpatis, was developed in such a way, by dint of his mystic powers of austerity and yoga, that his opulence was sometimes envied by those who travel in outer space in airplanes. Prepared by Śrīla Prabhupada. The statement in this verse that Kardama Muni's household affairs were envied by even persons who travel in outer space refers to the denizens of heaven. The airships are not like those we have invented in this in the modern age, which fly only from one country to another. Their airplanes were capable of going from one planet to another. These are many such statements in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, from which we can understand that there were facilities to travel from one planet to another, especially in the higher planetary system. And who can say that they are not still traveling? The speed of our airplanes and space vehicles is very limited, but as we have already studied, Kardama Muni traveled in outer space in an airplane which was like a city, and he journeyed to see all the different heavenly planets. That was not an ordinary airplane, nor was it ordinary space travel. Because Kardama Muni was a such powerful mystic yogi, his opulence was envied by the denizens of heaven. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Om Jnana-timirandasya Gena Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya-manopishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam-rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sva-padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta-pada-kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganaratkunatkam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savatkutam Parijanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaganam Lalitam Shri Vishakam Vitam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagat-pateḥ Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanshana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sudadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhudevaccha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtabhilaya Śrīmad Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanami Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine. Так, правичным вашим вам прасуптам санживаянти хила шакти дарам садам намамьям шахастам сиранам шаранам самадик пранам намо Бхагавате Пурушай Тупья. Nama Sheshtvam Manashi Putramatra Surupam Rupam Tasagajar Murupurimat Hurim Goshta Vatim Radha Kundam Giri Varauharati Kamatava Samprapta Yasya Pratiti Kripaya Shigurum Tam Natusmi Alantastrinan Tarineshki Punakuna Shima Drupam Padam Bujam Dulusyam Janman Janmani Sarva Shastri Vitipusa Sarva Hare Krishna. How's it, everyone? Are you good? Okay, so Bhagavatam sets out for us philosophy of devotional service and scientific analysis of a relationship between man and God. And in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam described many different pastimes of the Lord and his devotees. So these pastimes of Kardama Muni, who was estimated as a great devotee, and he was a Prajāpati, right? So Prajāpati means progenitor of different species of life. So according to Padma Purana, there are 8,400,000 species of life in the universe. It is described Jala Jarudraya Kramaya Pakshana Pasavah Manushya Chatur Lakshanam Stavara Manushya Chatur Lakshanam. There are out there aquatics and reptiles, quadruples, birds, immovable living entities, and also human beings, 400,000 species. And Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam explained different places of inhabitants of those living entities in the universe. in 5th canto there is description of cosmology. It's called sthiti, sthanam sthiti, sthiti vaikuntha vijaya. It means the places of residence of different human beings in universe. Because this is dharmic universe, based on dharma everything. So everyone takes birth in certain place according to certain, having certain facilities in certain circumstance. Like, for example, somebody takes birth in East Ukraine, and somebody born in Ethiopia in Africa, maybe somebody born in California in US. So the different, according to the dharma, right? Dharmic situation. And yeah, we'll give you a little excursion into cosmology, like Bhagavatam explained in 5th canto. So we know that in the universe there are 14 levels of existence, yeah, different levels. Planetary systems. There are 7 lower planetary systems, like Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Patala, Mahatala, Talatala, Rasatala, and so on. And then upper planetary systems, which are this lower, they're below the Earth, right? Earth is a Bhumandala. And then upper, above that, there's 7 also. Earth planet, Bhumandala, then Bhuvar Loka, means heavenly denizens, I'm sorry. Gandharvas, or Kinnaras, Chanaras, Siddhas, Vidyadharas, so many of them, Apsaras. Then even higher, the Svargaloka. Svargaloka means heaven or paradise, like we call it. It's called Devaloka, where demigods are living. And then even higher, the Maharloka. Maharloka is a place of Prajāpati. So Prajāpati is those who produce different species of life. Those who living below, like demigods, asuras, or humans, or lower species of life. So in this, one of them is Kardama Muni, who is a progenitor. He's a Prajāpati. Like another one, like Kashyapa Muni or Daksha Maharaj, from the 4th canto. So they were Prajāpatis, and they produce all these species. And they occupied a higher position in the universe. They considered to be even higher than demigods, according to the material hierarchy, material position. So in material life there is no equality. So there is a big gap between poor and rich people. We always worry about this gap, but this huge difference. And yeah, this Kardama Muni, he has great facilities because of his dint, of his mystic powers. He obtained this huge airplane, cosmic airplane, city, flying city, with many different comforts in there, technologies, Vedic technologies. So he was enjoying his life by flying around, visiting different planets, different levels of existence. And this is amazing. So he has certain level of material happiness, material pleasure, heavenly delights. And according to the position of each and every living entity, we have certain facilities in our life for enjoyment, for dharma, artha, kama, moksha, maybe not moksha, but for sense gratification, for economic prosperity, for pious life, and so on. And according to Queen Kunti, she explained in the 1st canto, she said, Janma Ishvarya Shuta Shibhih et Hamana Madak Puman. The 4 criteria of material success, if you remember. Yeah? So a person is considered to be materially successful, those who are taken birth, nice birth, aristocratic birth, bodily beauty. He possessed wealth and also education, right? And in modern life, maybe we not really estimate or value education and aristocratic birth. We don't know what's aristocratic birth. Maybe take birth in America or in the Western world, in Western countries, like top countries according to economic development. But actually good birth is to take birth in Bharatavarsha, in family, religious, good cultural families, right? From the beginning to be trained in spiritual life. This is considered to be very high aristocratic birth. Like Prahlad Maharaj said, Kaumaram Asharam Prajet Manushya Janma Durlabha. It's a very rare birth. You should start from the beginning, from the Kaumara age, your spiritual life. And maybe education is also, we have prestigious universities in the world like what is called Harvard, or what is that? Oxford, Cambridge, Harvard, Princeton, right? Is it? Yeah, okay. But it's just material education. It's not it's technical things. It's a material completely, totally. And of course we know that best education is Divya Gyan, right? So like Bhaktivedanta Institute or Mayapur Institute of Higher Education. This is the best because we study in Krishna conscious philosophy. And maybe now estimated material beauty and wealth, right? So some of the movie stars, rock stars, different stars, influential, rich and famous people, they have bodily beauty. They're beautiful people, we have to acknowledge. Different actresses and actors. And also wealth, right? So most wealthy people in the world, like nowadays, is Elon Musk, I believe. Yeah, he possesses like about $100 billion. It's a huge amount of money, but of course it's not really good money. It's not really wealth because it's not in gold. Like for example, Raghunath Das Goswami, he came from the family of Govardhan and Hiranya Manjumandar. They were landlords, and they've been multi-billionaires in the gold coins. They were real wealthy people. Not like now they have paper money or bitcoins or electronic money, I don't know. Yeah, so these four pillars, four criteria of success in material life, and in different levels of existence, people, living entities, humans or any other, they have different situation. And I found a nice description in Jiva Goswami commentaries on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He quotes, I believe it's called Taittiriya Upanishad, yes. He quotes that he takes 10,000 times per unit of pleasure at one level. So for example, at one, like for example, our level, so we have 1 unit of happiness. If you go higher, for example, for the next level, like Bhuvar Loka, Bhur Bhuvag Swah, you know, it goes like Mahar Loka, Tapa Loka, Satya Loka, Brahma Loka. So next level, you have to multiply 10,000 times. Happiness increases 10,000 times. This is 1 unit of happiness. So if you live on this level, like earthly level, and you take most advanced person according to his karma, like a ruler of the earth. Nowadays we don't have, but let's take one of the wealthiest persons, like maybe Elon Musk or somebody else. You can multiply 10,000 times and you can reach next level person who lives on Bhuvar Loka, one of the Gandharvas, Apsaras, all those living entities. And this would be his happiness, 10,000 times more. His karma is more. You understand? Yeah? Then if you go higher, you have to multiply 10,000 times more. It's the next level. It's a Svarga Loka, where heavenly denizens are living. Then you multiply 10,000 times more, you get level of happiness of demigods.
then more 10,000 times you get to the level of Indra, who is the king of heaven. Then 10,000 times more you get level of Brihaspati, who is the guru of the demigods, right? Then more 10,000 times you get to the level of Prajāpatis. We're speaking about this Prajāpati, Kardama Muni, one of them. So can you imagine how many times their happiness is much more greater than our. So our happiness is incomparable with them, in comparison with them, their happiness. It's like, I would say, convulsions of dead men on a deathbed. Something like that, if you understand me. And this is, and then it goes higher. When it goes higher, you have to multiply it 10,000 times more. It's a level of residence of Satyaloka, then Brahma, 10,000 times more, and then Mukti Jiva, those who liberated Jiva, even higher. We don't speak about spiritual world. So this is material happiness. So there's different grades, different levels, different standard of material happiness, how they're living. You see, there's a big gap between poor and rich. We're always speaking about equality, right? There is no equality. So this is Prajāpati Kardama. He was experienced very great happiness. He was enjoying this material happiness, flying around in a beautiful airplane, cosmic viman, traveling from one planet to another. And we live in like in a stone age, you know, in comparison with him. But the demigods, those who experience also very high class of high level of happiness, higher rate of happiness, but still they were envious towards him. They were envious of him because of his happiness much more higher. He was higher according to material hierarchy. He is Prajāpati, they are demigods, they are lower level. And it's interesting fact that demigods and all these denizens of heaven, higher planetary systems, they even more envious of humans, those who taken birth in Bharatavarsha. They look down from the heavenly planets on our birth, and they even more envious because of our birth. And this is confirmed in Bhagavatam in the 19th chapter of 5th canto. There is a serial of prayers of the demigods, those who praying and they lamenting of their position to be demigods on the heavenly planets. Those who have an unlimited, according to this estimation which I gave you, unlimited facilities, unlimited capacities to enjoy senses. They have mystic powers, they have siddhi, they have bhukti, mukti, siddhi, kami, all the things. But still they are atayeva, ashanta, they're disturbed. And they're praying. So I'll give you prayers, the wonderful prayers. So they're saying, how wonderful it is for these human beings to have been born in the land of Bharatavarsha. They must have executed pious acts of austerity in the past. Oh, the Supreme Lord of Godhead Himself must have been pleased with them. Otherwise, how could they engage in devotional service in so many ways? So they very much appreciated human birth, you see. Bharatavarsha. Bharatavarsha is a place where human society, which is based on Varnashrama Dharma. It's a scientific society which is based on different classes according to human nature. And by following this Varnashrama system, we can please the Lord, right? It is saying, Samsidir Hari Toshanam, by performing Varnashrama, executing the prescribed duties according to our position in society, we can please the Lord. So this Varnashrama is very wonderful ground for, executing for spiritual upliftment, let's say, for upliftment of our consciousness. And this Bharatavarsha is a place where Varnashrama Dharma created. So demigods, they're very interested in that, to take birth here. So we demigods can only aspire to achieve human birth in Bharatavarsha to execute devotional service. But these human beings are already engaged there. So human beings are they even more pious than demigods. They take in birth in Bharatavarsha. Of course, Bharatavarsha is a little bit extensive term. We can refer it to India, maybe to the to whole earth, or maybe to the tract of land which is called Bharatavarsha, even more larger than earth. Anyway, demigods continues. After performing the very difficult task of executing Vedic rituals, sacrifices, undergoing austerities, observing vows, and giving charity, we have achieved this position as inhabitants of heavenly planets. But what is the value of this achievement? So in other words, they have been humans on the Bharatavarsha, but they wasted their life. They just made a turn in the wrong direction. Instead of being engaged in ritualistic religion, which is meant for, for material, what is called advancement, but so they, instead of that, they could have been engaged in devotional service and just, make their life successful. So human life is like a crossroad, it's like a place from where you can go wherever you want. It is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Yanti deva vrata deva petri, yanti petri vrata, bhutani yaji buddhadya, yanti mam yaji anaupamyaṁ, right? So Krishna said, if you worship demigods, you take birth among them. If you worship to the ancestors, you take birth among them. And finally, if you worship me, so you attain me. So they probably been humans on the Bharatavarsha, and they perform all these austerities, but they made a wrong turn, and they just taken birth among the demigods. And now they're lamenting because they want to take birth among the humans and realize their potential in one lifetime, attain spiritual perfection. Because human birth, I said to you, it's a very responsible situation. You can go down, you can go up, you can stay here, or you just can go out. Just game over. You can go out from this circle of repeated birth and death. So they continue. A short life in land of Bharatavarsha is preferable to a life achieved in Brahmaloka for millions and billions of years. Because even one is elevated to Brahmaloka, he must return to this place of birth and death. Kshene pune mritya lokam vishante. As soon as you consume your punya, you have to come back, right? And this is the position of the demigods. It's very temporary. So therefore, they're lamenting. Although life in Bharatavarsha in the lower planetary system is very short, one who lives there can elevate himself to the full Krishna consciousness and achieve the highest perfection, even his short life, but fully surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord. So even in Kali Yuga, we live in a very short life, like Bhagavatam saying, Prayenal payusha sabya kalau yasmin yuge jagao manda sumanda matayoh manda bhagya heyo padritaha. People in Kali Yuga, they're short-lived, they unintelligent, they're unlucky, lazy, and always disturbed, right? Does everyone feel like that? Only me. So this is Kali Yuga's life, but still demigods are they very keen. They're very fond of human life. They want to take birth among, because they understand they have higher brains. They understand human form of life is very valuable, and especially in Bharatavarsha, because sometimes Supreme Lord Himself He takes birth here in the land of Bharata, and Varnashrama also established here. So by taking birth here, we can realize our potential, we can attain higher perfection. And of course, many people outside, they taking birth like humans, they don't know about that. And they still live in animalistic life. It's called pashandi, it's called pashandi, two-legged animals, right? They don't understand why they're living like this. They're just running around, try to get the fruit of their work, like rat racing. They're just wasting their life. So we are fortunate, we understand it, we came to the conclusion. So we came in contact with Krishna consciousness, we fortunate to practice our Krishna consciousness, and we able, by the grace of our Guru Parampara, realize this human potential and attain perfection. And yeah, human. Yes, these demigods are continuing. An intelligent person doesn't take interest in place even in the topmost planetary system if the pure Ganges of topics concerning the Supreme Lord's activities does not flow there. If there are not devotees engaged in service on the banks of such a river of piety, or if there are no festivals of Sankirtan Yagya to satisfy the Lord. So festivals of Sankirtan Yagya, that's a beautiful expression. So if there is no rivers of flowing of Sankirtan Yagya, if there is no glorification of the Lord, Lord's name, form, qualities, pastimes and characteristics, if there is no Krishna Katha, no Krishna Kirtan, no Vaishnava Seva, there is no use to be, you know, even you staying in the banks of the holy rivers or heavenly rivers, in the beautiful heavenly atmospheres with all these heavenly delights, but there is no use about that because demigods, they want to take birth here. So we can conclude that humans, those who taken birth in Bharatavarsha, they, according to their piety, their sukriti, they higher than demigods. They higher than the demigods. So because for this short human life you can realize your full spiritual potential and finish your material existence and go back home, back to Godhead. But demigod's life is very long and there is no perfection. It's just material, high caliber of happiness or high grade of happiness, let's say. So that's it. It's just material situation, material hierarchy. That's it. There is nothing spiritual. So therefore, human form of life is very precious. It's very valuable, very auspicious, and even the demigods, they want to take it. So we've been fortunate. We're taking birth here in Bharatavarsha, let's say, in general, we're speaking about Earth. And we came in contact with the Sankirtan movement, where rivers of Sankirtan flowing, right, profoundly. So we have in Krishna Katha every day, Krishna Kirtan, we engage in Vaishnava Seva, we worship in deities and honoring prasadam. So this is the best situation for developing our spiritual consciousness. And especially in Kali Yuga, when Lord Chaitanya descends. So he created auspiciousness in this age. Therefore, it is supremely auspicious to being here in Kali Yuga, in human form of life. Much more higher than take birth in Satya Yuga and even the heavenly planets. Yes. So this is a beautiful situation for all of us, and we have to take up seriously this great fortune and try to attain perfection and also try to share this Krishna consciousness with all other people, try to bring them close to the lotus feet of the Lord. Yeah, so many things we can say about that. Maybe I would say that because of this Lord Chaitanya's movement, our ISKCON movement is also considered to be part of Krishna or Gauranga Lila, Gaura Lila. It is called special extension of Gauranga Lila. It's called Prabhupada Lilamrita. So we in Gaura Lila actually. It's everything up to our consciousness. And Lord Chaitanya, he established this movement, Sankirtan movement. Sankirtanaika Pitaro Kamalaya Taksha Vishvambaro Dvijavaroya Gadharma Palo, the fathers of religion in the Kali Yuga. So this religion for this age, Yagya Sankirtana Prayare Jantu Hisumedasa. So we, in this movement, which is part of Gaura Lila, that's Prabhupada explained. And once he said, I think it was in California in 1972, he said, he congratulated everyone, he said, we establish Chaitanya Sampradaya in the Western world. So this is our joy, our success, and our love. So he expressed his feelings like that. So this is Chaitanya Sampradaya, this is Gaura Lila, this is ISKCON movement, and this is Sankirtan movement. So if we carry on with this movement, so definitely we'll take birth next time in Gaura Lila. Directly will Lord Gauranga perform his pastime somewhere around material creation, one of the Brahmandas, like he was here 500 years ago on this earth. So it's still carry on, it's still going on non-stop, perpetually. This Lila is Nitya Lila, Gaura Lila. And now it's going on somewhere in different Brahmandas in this material creation. So definitely if we will continue like that, we will take entrance into this Lila, because we perform in Lila now, we in the Gaura Lila. So it is one of the opinions of the acharyas. So anyway, we have a great fortune to take birth like this and came in contact with this ISKCON movement, with the Lord Chaitanya movement, and it's a great mission, it's a great hope for all humanity in this dark hour of human history. So we have to help to other living entities, other people, uplift our consciousness, uplift ourselves, and attain supreme perfection. Hare Krishna, Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. I don't know, the time allows us to take questions or comments. Yes, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the wonderful class. I was thinking, like, in the translation of the text it says that it talks about envy, that envy of like the ones that live in the heavenly planets, envy like Kardama Muni, who can travel to all places with his ships, like, and I was wondering, what is this envy like? Is it like our envy or good envy, or what is this envy?
Envy. It's a material envy, like normal envy. There are different levels of envy. In material life there is envy because in the heavenly planets there is a sattva guna. It's like predomination of sattva. Like here on this level it's mode of passion mostly predominated. But still sattva is not pure, it's mishra sattva. Mishra sattva means with a mix of tamagun and passion, rajagun. So that means envy is there as well. Envy, material envy. Like some of the envies, some other people, some competition is going on, you know. It's normal, it's material life. Even among the demigods, it's prominent. There are different levels of envy. It's not bad, actually. Sometimes you envy towards God. This is worth thing, and it's called impersonalism, or it's called atheism. When some of the people, they're envious about God, they just deny existence of God because they envious nature, dark nature, you know, they deny existence of God. That's also envy, but it's worst case. But then impersonalism, they're saying God is nothing. God is there, but it's nothing. You know, almost the same, but a little bit less. So there are different grades of envy. And some of the people, they're saying God is under the law of karma. You know, like karma is a supreme power. It's also envy. And then normal envy between living entities. Somebody better than we are, according to their material, you know, estimation, like bodily beauty, birth and education and wealth. So we envious of them. This is envy. It's a normal situation in material world, even among the demigods. No problem with that. I mean, if you want to develop spiritual consciousness, you have to give up. We have to turn our envy into glorification and service and wash it away. Otherwise, you cannot develop your love towards other living entities.
But if they are in the heavenly planets, they are also allowed to have envy also, like, or how?
It's there sometimes because mixture of different modes are there. There is no pure sattva. Sometimes tamas and rajas are also there. And we see through the different Puranic stories, there are different situations like stealing wives, or fighting between each other for position, for fame, like for the post of Indra, you know, they're fighting, they just, you know, they have and all these kind of things. So this envy, yeah. I mean, maybe it's not allowed, but still it's there. It's a fact. You can deny it.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, yes.
Prabhu, I was just thinking that after you read the description of how the demigods are praising the inhabitants of this planet, like we are so fortunate to be here because of Bharatavarsha, but at the same time, why we don't take advantage of this? Like I look into myself and I see like I don't know, you know, like we have everything, but we don't take advantage because we are so much covered into tamagun, we are offensive. Why we don't have this strong desire to really take advantage of this?
Of our situation, like human birth and Bharatavarsha and Krishna consciousness. Yeah, because we're not aware, we're not conscious about it. We take it for granted, our situation. We think it's normal. But actually demigods are envious about our situation. They want to take birth in Kali Yuga among the human beings on Bharatavarsha. Even demigods, they are on the top level of material development, but they still want to come here and be here. But we're already here, and we're just not conscious about that. We're not, you know, value our situation. We not estimate properly. So therefore, we just, you know, we go in easy life. Let's say easy going life and Krishna consciousness are going ill together, like Prabhupada said. We just, you know, we just easy going, mechanically practicing Krishna consciousness without understanding of our opportunities, our great fortune. Yeah. So I think we have to remind ourselves by taking higher association and studying scriptures and be focused more and understand the human form of life. It's very fragile. It can be break at any time. So we have to utilize it fully. And be fully every moment in Krishna consciousness. Like Ramananda Rai said in his conversation with Lord Chaitanya, he said, it's the biggest loss in life to forget Krishna for one moment. It's considered the biggest loss. Because the verdict of the Vedic scriptures is to smarta vyoksadadam Vishnu. Always think of Krishna and never forget, right? So how many times we remember Krishna during the 24 hours? Probably during our japa time, we not fully remember Krishna all the time. Anyway, so we have to work on it, we have to remember, we have to realize. So our position, so our situation is very great, it's very glorious. This is a situation of human form of life, taking birth in Bharatavarsha, come in contact with Krishna consciousness. It's the best situation in the universe now. Higher than all these demigods and Prajāpatis and even Brahma himself, because Brahma will continue he is now on half his life, second parārthya. It's like about 155 trillions of earthly years. It's unlimited, it's eternity. But we can realize it for 50 years. So our situation is very great now, here, right now, here in Los Angeles, in New Dwaraka temple. It's the best of the best. For our spiritual development. I mean, not for material enjoyment and for mystic powers or for some other things, but for spiritual development. It's the best place to be, right? So do we conscious about that? Do we realize it? So we have to be open for that and remember our great fortune. Is it okay? Any other comment, questions, contributions, or corrections, maybe?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the class. So human life is so special, then why do not all humans know that devotional service is the way? Why is it not commonplace?
Not common devotional service.
Yeah, so why don't everybody know that, okay, this is the way?
Yeah, it's a very rare gift. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Manushyanam sahasrishu kinchit yatati siddhaya. So he gave statistics. Spiritual statistics is very low, very minute. Among the thousands of people taken births, like those who perform ritualistic activities, only one strive for perfection, for liberation. Among those thousands of people, those who liberated, only one take up to devotional service. But among all those who taken devotion to devotional service, just few truly know me, Krishna said. Yeah. So very rare statistics. So we have to understand devotional service is a great gift. It's not a cheap thing. It's not a cheap, but also it is available to everyone. There is no certain qualification, no particular kind of adhikar, special adhikar to be born and to take, to have some certain education or, I don't know, some diploma of university, of prestigious. No, we don't need this. We need only faith and desire to perform devotional service. This is qualification. Faith and desire to perform. So if you have a faith, who has a faith in devotional service? Only few among the human beings. Other human beings, they believe in other things. Karma, jnana and yoga probably they believe, speaking in the Vedic terms. They want to enjoy, they want to liberate themselves, or they want to control material nature. That's what they want. They don't believe, they not invest their heart. They don't have conviction in devotional service. Only few. Because they're not pious, they don't have piety, sukriti, to create their faith. It's called shraddha. It's a special, it's not like ordinary thing. But that's only the qualification, to have a shraddha, to start your devotional service. For example, to become a jnani, you have to be very high-class person. To become a yogi, you have to also be very moral, very advanced, you know. To become karmi also, you have to perform Vedic rituals, you have to be like pure brahmana, all these things. But to become bhakta, you need only faith, shraddha, that's it. But this is most difficult thing to attain, shraddha. So all of you have the Shraddha, you have to develop it more deeper. You strengthen your Shraddha, you deepen your faith. You turn your faith into spiritual, into transcendental faith. It's called Paramarthika Shraddha, transcendental faith, which is like a rock. You never break it in any circumstance of life. This is real transcendental Shraddha. So that's what we have to do with our life, gradually develop our faith. We already got it, but we have to increase, strengthen it, make it strong. Basis for our taste, for our attachment to Krishna, for our bhava, our emotions. But basis Shraddha is the faith, nishtha. So we have to pass through this difficulties in our life, like anartha nivritti is called, cleanses the heart from unwanted things. This is the most difficult time, so we have to get rid of this, washed away all these material desires. Because Rupa Goswami defines devotional service like free from jnana, karma, yoga and all other things. Anapilashadashiyam jnana karma denavritam. Free from all these impurities, because we perform in uttama bhakti, pure devotional service. We practice in pure devotional service, which is based on pure shraddha, pure faith. Is okay? Hare Krishna, thank you so much for tolerating me. Hare Bol, Gaur Premanande Jai. Grand Haraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki Jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai. ISKCON Los Angeles Yatra ki Jai, Gaur Premanande, Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai.